so, Jesus came to be God with us. Jesus is called the Word. It's a funny thing to say about Jesus, isn't it? He's called the Word. When God said, "Let there be light," there was life and the light blazed in the darkness, and the darkness couldn't put it out. And so God comes to us in our pain, in our struggles, in our worries, in our concerns and our anxieties. Why doesn't he come down and do something? Oh God, come down and do something. But you know, in the Christmas story, we learn that that is exactly what God did. He came down to be God with us as a tiny little baby. Imagine the God who created the world. Imagine this God trusted himself to a couple of teenagers, homeless, weren't they? They were far away from home. They couldn't find anywhere for Mary to have her child, and she ended up having it in, I don't know, maybe a shed or a cave, something like that. And so here this great and mighty God has made himself vulnerable. I wonder why he did that. A scrap of humanity needing to be fed, needing his cries to be taken notice of. And God actually trusted human beings, and they were probably very, very young human beings at that, to look after him and to bring him up. It says this, the Word, this is this energetic, creative God who created everything. The Word became flesh and blood. I like that. God didn't become an angel. He didn't just come down as a spirit, although he is the Spirit. He became flesh and blood, just like you and I, and just like these kids here. And he moved into the neighbourhood, full of grace and truth. I think that means full of generosity, full of goodness, and full of reality. Not truth in getting your doctrine right, and knowing how everything should be, and knowing all the right words to say, all the right prayers to say. Truth as in reality. This is a God of reality. And so if we want to know what God is really like, we can look at Jesus, because Jesus is the everlasting Christ, the Word that was with God and was God, and there in the beginning. What did Jesus do? What did he do when people were hungry? He did, didn't he? Do you remember he fed a great big crowd, thousands of people? Yeah? What else did he do? When we look at the life of Jesus, that tells us what God is like, because Jesus Christ is the everlasting God.